Okay, so welcome everyone to these Pleiadian Sunday School sessions with myself, Soma Ara, and my team here this evening is Alex Nielsen and Karen Rosenvinge. And today's date is the 14th of September 2025, and it is 7:35 p.m. here in Ireland. Some quick updates for you. These weekly groups are every Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m. Irish time. You're welcome to come and join us. The link is on my website, somaara.love. Please come like, share, and subscribe. I've been seeing a lot of the protests around the world. Predominantly in the East, and I put a message up yesterday, or they did, one or the other, that it, well, I was talking about it as well, and I was saying how I had seen that in a vision where crowds of people just go in, or a group of people just go in and start pulling people out of the official buildings and government offices and places like that. And because the buildings looked so nice in my vision, I had wrongly assumed that they were in the West, but they're actually in the East, where there has been a lot of money spent on the buildings, even though they're in some of them are very poor countries, even third world countries, but the buildings are beautiful. And that's what I was seeing. So for that reason, I had assumed it was in the West, but all of that is going to start to happen in the West. So I don't know when that will be, but I do see things moving from the East to the West. So everything that's occurring in the East will be happening in the West, and in terms of the protests, and there seems to have been an energetic ignition started in Nepal recently, where they overthrew the government, and they did it in a very violent way. People were murdered, which I never condone. Violence, but I do see all I see Nepal as being an ignition, and everything playing out in other countries and the West. I've kind of slipped straight into the beginning to channel. So when you're ready, place your feet flat on the floor and get as comfortable as you can. Take some nice deep breaths in through your nose, down to your belly, and hold it, and then breathe out. And do that in your own time. I know I'm speaking very fast, but do that in your own time. So a nice deep breath in through your nose, down to your belly, hold it for as long as comfortably possible, and then breathe out through your mouth in your own time. And get comfortable in your chair. You can close your eyes if you want to. And pull in that light from above you. Visualize a stream of white light coming down from above you from one of our ships, us being the Pleiadian collective. More specifically, Ashtar, Commander-in-Chief, as I like to be known. And I say that with humor. Somewhat of a royal title would be an Earth equivalent. But we are a team here. You are also a team there. And you came from here. Here being the Pleiadian star system. Some of you are aware of that, and some of you are not. Some of you are aware that you are star seeds, and some of you are not. All is in perfect timing, and you are divinely led, many of you by us. And if it is not us predominantly, then it is Lyran or Syrian or some other brothers and sisters of ours. Or in other words, positive alien race or species. None of you are really from Earth. The Earth was seeded with life, whether it be animal or plant or human, or what is called human. Waves of energy have been hitting your Earth for quite some time. Let us go back to, say, 2012, where there was a shift, a prophecy that was written about. The process of awakening and change, activation and initiations even, that would propel you, move you forward along an evolutionary path, ascension. And actually, it is not really condensed into one singular process of awakening and conscious evolving. It is a series of waves that allow you to progress in this lifetime, which is very specific, very much part of the great awakening of humanity, is happening in this lifetime now for all of you, if you allow it in. And it is in waves, in stages. It cannot happen all in one stage or one process. It is several stages and several processes that need to occur. Because we've said before many times to Soma that a Kundalini awakening can sometimes go wrong if the energy is not able to, that high voltage of energy, if is not able to be sustainable. The velocity of it can be too high. It will frazzle the body, the system, which is often called mental health or a Kundalini awakening gone wrong. Sometimes what happens is when you put a plug into a socket, it will burn out or blow up, frazzle. That's what would occur. That's what would happen to your physical bodies if the process was condensed into one awakening. And the reason for that is that your bodies have been diminished. Your DNA has been tampered with. That is why We've not said this before in this way, but that is why your physical bodies are not able to withhold one intense leap forward or growth span, but it is needed to be drawn out into several we won't use the word smaller because they are very intense for some of you, but into shorter bursts of energy. Though they may still be intense, they are shorter in terms of time or your perceived time. In other words, what we are trying to say is that you will step in and out of energies that you find overwhelming. You will step in and out of new beginnings and letting go, new beginnings and letting go, new beginnings and letting go, because it is part of the process of ascension. You cannot, your bodies are not able to withhold that energy because they've been tampered with on a physical DNA and energetic level. Your bodies were different. Your blood, your skin, your hair, your teeth, your DNA, your very essence, your energy, your frequency, your vibration, your matter was different before the downfall of Atlantis, where you were invaded by a negative alien race that changed the course of humanity and the course of the path of Atlantis. However, now you are waking up again and not even going, thank you, not even going back to Atlantis, but going beyond what you had before. So you are becoming a it is like going, thank you, it is like going back to the Garden of Eden and improving on what you once knew, once were, once lived in. So humanity is going back to a time of Atlantis and then jumping forward, all within a very short space of time, within seconds, within moments. You are evolving rapidly within this lifetime. And you will continue to see great changes, both good and bad, on your planet. And there is more of both to come. We've also been witnessing the current events on your planet. There are many positive alien races that are observing your planet very closely. We will keep today short. We invite you to ask any questions you may have. And now would be a perfect time for that.
Yeah, I have a question. So I got this feeling that really Atlantis was really, it wasn't just one place, it was pretty much everywhere. Like I think the whole time I've been thinking about Atlantis as this like eye-shaped thing somewhere. And all the time there's theories about it being this place and this place and this place, but then I got a feeling that everything was Atlantis almost. As like, yeah, like one people.
You are extremely accurate in what you are saying, and we've shared this to Soma before. And Soma has come to realize the same thing. She once believed that Atlantis was just in one particular place. We will confirm what we have been sharing with you on an individual level, what we have been whispering to you silently, telepathically. Silently is the wrong word, but telepathically, and connecting with you on the astral plane while you are what you would call asleep. But you are awake in another reality, in another dimension. You are awake somewhere else. The dream time is not what you think it is. When we say you, we mean humanity as a collective. The dream time or being asleep is not what you think it is, which is sometimes why you wake up tired, because you have been busy somewhere else. Your body has not rested or recuperated in the way that you think it should have, because you have been busy somewhere else. You have been awake somewhere else. So Atlantis was everywhere on your planet. It was a Garden of Eden that existed everywhere. Much of the land has pulled apart, and there are now vast amounts of water, areas of water that were not there before, where one piece of land is now divided into two with huge, vast amounts of water in between. If you connect up Florida and that vicinity and Ireland was once connected, and now there is a vast amount of water in between. There are reports of Miami and Florida and Ireland being part of Atlantis, and they both were. They both were, because they were both one land. It is interesting that you have not been taught this. And when we say you, again, we are referring to the human collective. And you have to ask yourselves, why are we not being taught the truth? Who is teaching us such lies and fake history? Who is teaching us such nonsense? And we're not just speaking of Atlantis, but many other subjects, many other important subjects. There is a place in Antarctica that was also, in fact, the whole of Antarctica was considered to be Atlantis. And if you take the word Atlas, and many of you have seen the dots connecting the word Atlas to Atlantis, because it was the whole sphere of your Earth. It was the whole of the collective at that time. It was not just one area. It was one people. It was one civilization. That is not to say that there were not others. civilizations or other peoples living on your planet at the time. But Atlantis was one place. It was Earth. It was one civilization. It was one group of people. We hope that answers your question enough for now.
Yeah, it does. And it also makes me sad that I get this longing inside. And also at the same time, I think about that 3I Atlas comet that I've been, oh, the whole time been feeling like it's a seed. So now it just makes a lot of interesting, yeah, things come up for me. If it's a seed for something new or something. Yeah. Thank you for the answer.
It is important what you are sharing, because we were just speaking of the ascension process and how that needs to play out within your physical bodies. It needs to be in stages. So there will be other informations that come to you. There will be other wisdom, other knowledge, other intuition, other knowing, other examples. It is like opening Pandora's box. And as you do that, you let the dark out, but you also let the light in at the same time. You are clearing out the old negative agendas that have been ruling your governments, that created your school systems, that created your banking systems, your monetary systems, your big pharmaceutical companies. All systems on Earth are at the very highest level run by negative ET energy. There is no other way to put it more simply. And there will be more, oh, thank you. There will be many more discoveries in Egypt. We were showing Soma a download, a transmission, an image the other day when she was half asleep and half awake, and she forgot it until a few seconds ago when she went, oh. We recently shared with her in a channeling or a transmission or a download that there would be discoveries, thank you, in Egypt. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, these discoveries were discovered. And we had known this when we were sharing the information with her or through her. There are more discoveries. Beneath these discoveries that have been found, that we predicted, let us say that again. There are discoveries beneath the discoveries that have been discovered, that we spoke about and predicted would be discovered through this one, Soma, Ara. There are other levels beneath what has been found in Egypt, beneath the pyramids. We will close there for today. We thank you for your questions. We love you. And in reality, we are with you, Alex and Karen, in your physical locality. And in truth, we are not going anywhere. We love you. We love you. This is a joyous time to be alive on your planet. You will get to witness, live through, experience things that you so many words we could use. Let us just simply say for now, things that you did not or could not have perceived consciously, because it would have been too much. So we will end this transmission here. We love you. We love you. Four months from now is important. And the fourth month, April of 2026, is important. So the fourth month from now, January and April 2026 are important months.
So
Okay,
I have to
so
say, every time that I see Soma channel, the well, first, like my crown chakra, I can feel it opening on the top of my head, and it just feels like this pillar of light. I almost get this like tingling feeling. And then as I'm watching her channel, you can see like the background in her room. It's almost like the lights are flickering. Or you can almost see the energy just like floating around. And then like I always get goosebumps or full body chills when she's sharing her messages. It's so cool. Yeah, that's a testament that this is a real channel and you guys should check her out.
thank you, Alex. Um,
Absolutely.
the yeah, there's stuff that happens in one of the I think it was 2019 or 2020, but very around that time, I did an interview with a woman that no longer speaks to me because, and I'll explain why first, because I had got the wrong day or time for the interview. And for the second or third one, I think it was the third one, we had three lined up. And the third one, I had got the date and time wrong because she was in Australia. So I turned up a day late, and she will not speak to me ever since. She was very angry. But the first two interviews I did, it's called Angel's Love or something like that. And she lives in Australia. She's around 20 or 30 or 40 years old, and she has children. But anyway, I was doing an interview with her, and in my background, I used to have I ordered it from China. It was actually a tablecloth, but I used it as a background, as a backdrop. It was a physical piece of fabric that I had of the universe, and it was really beautiful. And in this interview, you can clearly see a face that appears while I'm channeling.
What?
And
That's so cool.
yeah, but not just that. Also in the interview, you could like the whole when I watched it back, because I wasn't aware of it at the time, but when I watched it back, well, I think maybe I was watching the screen or something, but anyway, I did see it at some point, and you can see to my either to my right or to my left or both, that you can see an energy almost appear, and it is shimmering, and you can see the whole thing on the camera. It starts to shimmer, and it was an amazing channeling and interview. The first two I did. I didn't get to do the third one, but um, I recommend you guys go and watch that. It was Angels Love Light or something. And it was in 2019 or 2020, but you can really see the energy. And um, I'm not solely responsible for that, for the energy being seeable like that, because there was another guy that had arranged the interview to occur, and he did say to me that because of his connection, that things would happen like that. So I'm not solely responsible for that clear apparition of energy on screen. And he doesn't speak to me either anymore, because he was very angry that I had got um, the wrong time. I've never had anyone so angry with me about a wrong time. They were like what's the word? They were like overboard in how angry they were.
Yeah, some people get really upset about that. That happened with me once too, or like I just actually that wasn't even my fault. We were having a solar storm, so like Zoom stopped working for a day, and they were like, "Oh, I guess you don't want to do it." I'm like, well, "I totally do." And then they haven't talked to me, haven't responded to me since. Mistakes happen, you know?
It's very strange, isn't it? Hello,
Yeah.
Christy.
Hello, folks. How are you?
Hello, darling. Yeah, it's very strange, Alex, when stuff like that happens, because you just know that it's because there's something else going on with them. Like, why would you get so
Mhm.
angry with someone um for getting a wrong time? Or for like you had no control over
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like people will get triggered, which I mean, triggers aren't bad. They're a great way to work through some shadow work and, to better yourself. But some people don't know how to cope with the triggers and they just explode and point the finger.
Yeah,
Okay.
some people don't even know it's a trigger.
Right.
Hmm.
So I actually want to, Christy, do you channel the Arcturians?
Um, I channel a few beings, yeah. I channel my higher self, Renturus Volantrius, and I've just come out of a class just now, and I brought through Yeshua came through, which I thought was interesting, like,
Oh,
so yeah, there's a few energies that I connect with.
Yeah, I think last week you started channeling and I had to leave to get ready for my Zoom that I host and I was like, ah,
Okay.
because I think you were like, all right, I have to go like settle in or like sink in, and I was like, damn it, I
Yeah,
want to see this one, and I had to leave.
no problem. Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
you like to
normally,
do a channeling now, Christy?
um,
You don't have to. I mean, you can
I
say,
don't I don't mind really. I don't mind. I'm just looking at the clock here. Yeah, I don't mind. I can bring in energy forward. Yeah, if you have some questions, or we can see who wants to come forward. Um, I was just in a call here. We have a spouses call once a month, and the spouses call is really with our loved ones off the planet. So Renturus Belantrius, his wife in another realm is called Kalula. So because of my relationship with Renturus, I also have a relationship with Kalula. So the plan is moving forward with disclosure. Our loved ones, we are looking forward of them coming to Earth. There has been talk of Area 51 and places like that, like, you know, where they would come and meet us. But there's a lot of objections, which we know about as we speak, around disclosure and situations like that. Even though meetings continue to play out with the industrial military complex, governments and extraterrestrials, disclosure is a big one really, and our governments are trying to prevent it. They're trying to prevent it, but it's not gonna happen. They won't be able to stop it, like, you know. So from that perspective, yeah, we come together once a month and we discuss, and some of us channel, of course, and we discuss really our relationship with loved ones. Like there's a few of us in the group that have connections with beings off the planet, like us all, but in a special way, like, you know. Mm. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Sorry.
I was just about to say, Christy, also, I am starting up a channel panel. I don't think we've set a date for it yet, but both you and Alex are invited. It's just a group for channelers to channel, and of course, it will be on all the social medias. Um, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. I think I seen that page that came up, somewhere, yeah. Um, yeah, of course, yeah, that's interesting.
And it's interesting that you bring that up too. I think, well, I was thinking about doing so. I would like to do like a channeling event on my platform in the next, I don't know, whenever, when. But it would be cool if we could get like 3 or 4 or 5 channelers for like a 2 to 3 hour event, like charge tickets for it and host an event. If, I mean, I've actually been wanting to do this for a long time, but I haven't known any other channelers that are able to channel the way that you two do. So if that's something that you'd be
Um,
interested in, you could maybe explore that in the future.
yeah, that's always something we could discuss. But it's also being aware that we can all channel, really. It's
Yeah,
just
I've heard
sort of,
that too. Yeah.
yeah, I know. Listen, there is beautiful channelers on the world, Soma, and there's many others, like, you know, but we all have that ability, like, and a lot of these abilities were given to us before we came into the skin suit, as they call it, the body, like, you know, and we have channeled in many realms outside of this realm, like, you know, in previous lives, like, so when we come in, you know, we try and understand really what channeling is and what it's about, like, and I'm just sharing from my experiences, really. So yeah, we all have that potential, like, and it's just about bringing it forward, like, and allowing yourself really to understand that you actually have this gift also. Some of us speak light language, some of us automatic writing, and some of us verbally, vocally, like, you know, conscious channel, like, and so it's quite interesting.
And yeah, I'd love to, Alex. I'd be
Cool.
delighted. I love
That's so
channeling. I'm
cool.
always, yeah, I love it. So yes.
Mm.
Karen, what do you see?
I'm just thinking, so I'm looking into my mind space.
Like, what is she looking at up there?
Yeah, I'm just thinking
Oh,
about things.
And also, Christy, if you want to join the Great Awakening Humanity Now, the Great Awakening of Humanity Now on Facebook, I will pre-approve, and also Karen as well, and Alex, I will pre-approve you, so you can get to share your things. I set it up at the time of 2019, 2020, when COVID was a thing, to just because there was so much information. So I just set it up for people to share information. So for people listening in the future, or now in the future, if you go to that, you'll find a lot of good information.
Absolutely,
Thank
I will.
you.
So would you like to channel, Christy?
Yeah, I don't mind. If you want me to channel, I can bring in.
Maybe just a short one, maybe.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, I just want you to know that I have to leave in 13 minutes. If you're in the middle of channeling, I don't want to be rude and leave while you're,
Yeah, no, I haven't got much time. I have someone I need to speak to shortly. But in anyway, I can bring someone forward if that's okay. Yeah, and we can take it from there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, okay then.
Thank you, Christy.
It's no problem. It's no problem. Yes, I am here with you, dear one. Thank you for allowing me to come forward in this way. I have been with this one, and we more or less hung around because he had been channeling in a previous call, as he had said. I am again Renturus Volantrius. He may have shared some information on me. He is I'm prepared to do so if you would like some information really on where I come from and who I am and my relationship with this one here. But first, I will put it out to you, as I understand you have minimum time here. So if you have a question for me, I will answer. Or if you prepare for me to share really on what I feel is necessary at this time, I will also take that really. Mm, mm. So I'm sensing at this time that there is a little bit of hesitancy there, a little bit of, we would say, what we would say, the words we are looking for is it's interesting that you are wanting Chris to channel, and you are prepared for him to share really his understanding and knowledge of what channeling is. And we can also give you some updates on that if that's what you prefer, or I can give you some insight really as to what we feel is necessary at this time for you on your planet. So uh, I do see that there is many of you that is coming forward at this time that realize within yourself that you have something really to give back, not just to the collective, but to yourself. That is quite really interesting for us. And I say us because there is many of us here now, even though as I come forward as Rentouris, Voluntrios, it's understanding that, yes, you always have an audience, as you say, even in your quiet time where you are connecting to your God essence. Be aware that we are always with you. We are always connecting with you. There is a lot of distractions we do see at this time really playing out, not just on an individual basis. We do see that, yes, it is interesting looking through our lens as we look and observe really what is happening in many pockets of your planet. But again, we are working closely with you on an individual basis. You may not feel this at this time. I have come forward in this way to connect with you in this way. So, of course, you are going to try and visualize and sense really who I am and where I come from. Really, my home planet is Antares in the Scorpion constellation. This one here is quite interesting. We have played with this one for such a long period of time. We won't go into too much detail here, but we have a quite strong relationship, me and Chris, and it goes back thousands of years. And I have been waiting for the opportunity to come forward in this way and connect with you and many of you on your planet. So, on an individual basis, as the conversation was relayed, we are observing really the different aspects of what you see channeling is. And for many of you, as Chris had said, you have that ability really to bring forward really what you feel is necessary. If you have a name of a particular being that you want to channel, our support and guidance to you is to continue to focus in that area. And that can come in many, many ways, we would say, as regards to what you feel is necessary for you to open up that ability within yourself. So it is there. Please don't doubt it. Please don't question it. Just understand that it is just a matter of you preparing yourself and putting yourself into that mindset really where you know that you have what you call this ability to channel. Most of the time we would say, and we would say this for this one here also, you can create problems for yourself when it comes to channeling, and that is quite common, we would say. Like, we continue to support many of you in this way. And basically what we are saying is that, yes, it's important that you understand that it is a process. It's something that opens up over time. But it's a place that you can find within yourself. And there's many of you that are there, and some of you are ready to come forward, and some of you are a bit nervous and unsure, but you all have this ability, and we are also always here to support you in that way. Mm, mm. Do you have a question, dear one? Mm.
You did answer one of the questions that I actually was going to ask was where you're from, and you said you're from the Scorpio
Yes.
constellation, so you answered that already for me.
Yes, yes. Well, it's interesting that you have raised that. I am personally, yes, I am. Of course, I am in a body at this time, but a lot of the times I am not in a body, so I have that ability. Like, I can shift from a body to energy only. So again, yes, that is what you would call our home planet. Something similar to your home planet at this time, where you are in the physical on Earth. Yes. So I'm just giving you some insight so you understand really where my location was and really where This one, Chris's location, was then and still is when he is ready to what you call transition. So it's understanding that, yes, many of you would have, yes, this location in different parts of the solar system. But for me, I do spend time in the body. Just to give you some information, I do have a ship. It's called the Vinda. VINDA, which stands for light speed. So I do what you call cruise around, and I connect with many parts of your solar system. I would be seen as a creator being. Not to go into too much detail, I'm aware of the time, but I have many gifts like many of you. And yes, I am quite connected in many ways of this part of what you would call the solar system. So I do a lot of traveling. I do connect with this one, of course, on a regular basis. We continue to observe Chris's interaction with many of you. We continue to support Chris in his interaction with many of you, as he has shared in the past. So it's interesting, yes, that it's opening up this way for him and for you also. My point is just reassuring you that it's important that many of you that are here become aware of the potential that you have within yourself to communicate with us on that level, and for allowing us to come forward through you, and understanding that this is necessary at this time for many reasons which we don't have to go into. Of course, you understand. It is bringing a message forward to many for various reasons, of course. Yes, many of you are asking questions. There is much of a situation on your planet that continues to play out. Again, it is something for another time, but you understand really where I'm coming from. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, that was cool. The moment I checked my phone, you said, I'm aware at the time.
Yes, that's good. That's okay. Yes, we do understand that you have commitments, and many of you, yes,
That was
do
cool.
follow what you would call time in your reality. It's a different experience for us in this realm, but in any way, we understand. It has been a pleasure connecting with you, and I'm sure we will connect again in your quiet time again, as I would say. Just call on Renturis Volantrius, and we will connect. And of course, I will never leave once we have made this connection, which we have in this now moment. Yes, you now have what you would call a new friend. It is up to you how that plays out, of course. And of course, we can develop that relationship on a much more deeper level if you choose. It has been nice connecting with you, dear one.
Very cool. Yes, likewise.
Mm, yes. So again, it has been nice. I will step back now and I will allow this one to come forward, as you would say, until we connect again. Namaste. Mm.
Cool.
Thank you.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, folks. Yeah.
thank
You know,
you.
Yeah,
it
that's
makes me really happy to see him come through. I don't know why. It's like I feel like I've laughed with that being or something, like there's some sort of like I feel like starting to laugh with like there's something, I don't know
yeah,
what it is.
well,
Like I know you or know him or something like
Rentura said to me a long time ago when he came forward, and I was quite insecure at the time, and I was saying, what am I going to do with all this information? He says, you don't have to do anything. We're going to do all that work. We just want you to be there, like, that sort of way. So when you connect to Renturis, and he has connected to you, Karen, and to you, Alex, and he has met Soma in the past, the relationship has opened up. So Renturis Volantrios is a creator being. He is more or less a messenger for God, like, but he can take a physical body, and he is my higher self. He came to me around, well, he's been with me all my life, but I only became aware of him around 212. And he came in as kin, Kin, which is family. And I wasn't ready to hear the information because there's a lot more of my story that goes a bit deeper. But he came to me and he revealed really who we were. in 218, and he broke the information to me, like, because I suppose he felt I was ready. And yeah, it basically opened up from there, like, you know.
Do you hear his voice when you get like messages just for you? Do you hear like a voice in your, like his voice?
Well, if Soma wants to just knock off the record, I'll share something with you if
Yes.
that is okay.
Yeah, I'll do that now. So
Mm.
thanks everyone. Please come like, share, subscribe, and you're welcome to join us Saturdays and Sundays, 7 p.m. Irish time. The link is on my website, somaara.love. On the homepage, if you scroll down, you'll see a section called the Cosmic Starseed Academy and regular events. And I am, as always, available for personal channelings. And you can check out everything that I do on my website. And you can also subscribe to my Substack at Soma Ara. So thanks, guys. Signing out for now.